Let new adventures begin. That is my motto. Hi, this is Beth at betchins.net, and today I wanted to give you my best travel tips. Last year, God made one of my biggest dreams come true, and that of my daughter Leah's. I was able to travel to Ireland. And I had been to other nations before, but I had really been wanting to go to Ireland for years, and God made it possible. And the way He did that was I was able to sell my book on prayer, Walking with God, to God's Glory box. And I sold 7,700 copies of this book to this organization that is a Christian subscription box organization. And this book went all across America. And from the sale of these books, the profit, I was able to take my daughter, Leah, and I to Ireland. It paid for every bit of the trip. So I learned some tips on that trip and other trips I've taken, and I wanted to share some of those with you. One of the first ones is, well, of course, you pray about everything. Make sure it's God's will for you to go and just really seek His face on the trip. And I believe God is the one that puts those desires and those dreams in our heart. The next thing that is so important is to pack light. Pack light. Now, here is my roller board. And this is what I got for me and Leah both. I put my initial on the back, but it's got wheels on it. It's got a nice little handle on it, and it rolls so you don't have to carry it everywhere. It's also got these pockets in front, and you can put papers in it, pens, your journals, and then inside you can put your clothes. So I carried that on the plane, and Delta also allows you a personal item, so I got backpacks for us. And these are super nice. These got pockets here, pockets for your phones, and maybe your passports, all your personal belongings inside, and it's quite roomy inside also, with pockets inside of it, but you probably can't see the pockets. But this was my part, and it's got pockets on the side too for water or whatever. These were my two items I put on the plane. I didn't want to check my baggage because I didn't want to take a chance on it getting lost over in Europe. I have had one bag lost before, and that is not fun. But what you can do is roll your clothes in these two bags and put all your stuff in these two bags, and then you're going to be traveling lightly. You don't want to be lugging suitcases all over Ireland or wherever you're going. YouTube has got amazing videos on rolling and folding clothes. They've also shown you how to get cubes for your clothes and your other items like socks and things like that. So pack light. You don't want to be taking a bunch of luggage wherever you are. Also in Europe, they have much smaller cars. So if you have really big suitcases, it might not even fit in the trunk of the car. The next thing is a passport holder. I got this off of Amazon. It's called a Kangaroo brand. It is amazing. It's got the mesh on the back, like if you want to put your phone back there. It's got these little pockets for change. Also for your passport, you can put your passport securely inside. Your money can go in this pocket where it's not going to be falling out. Your driver's license right here. It was just amazing. I absolutely love it, and I highly recommend it. Get it on Amazon. It goes around your neck like this. Over in Europe, there's a lot of pickpockets, purse snatchers, people that cut your backpack handles with knives. The crime can be pretty high wherever you're going. So this is a way for you to keep your ATM cards, your passport, your identification very close to you, so you're not taking that risk of a crime. Absolutely recommend that for you. The next tip I have, number 4, is to drink lots of bottled water. On a plane, especially a long flight like that, 15 maybe hours, 10 to 15 hours. I think ours to Ireland was 8, but I've been on much longer flights than that before. You're going to get dehydrated. I highly recommend getting up and walking up and down the aisles to get some exercise and to prevent blood clots, but especially you want to be pushing that bottled water. I don't recommend drinking coffee on a plane. A lot of times the water on the plane like that is not sanitary. They're now offering Starbucks coffee on some planes. I recommend pushing water. Juice is okay, and of course if you want to have your sodas on the plane, that's okay, but it does dehydrate you if it's got caffeine in it. But push that water wherever you go on the plane and wherever you're traveling. I don't recommend drinking tap water anywhere to any foreign country. Number 5 is to expect the unexpected. It may be raining, it may be cold, it may be very hot, so take a variety of outfits. You want to carry a pair of shorts and a tank top or short sleeve, jeans, sweatpants are good for anywhere. You want to keep in mind you don't want to have a lot of logos from America wherever you're going, traveling to a foreign country, because that can provoke things in people. Not everyone loves the United States like we do. So take a variety of outfits. You want to have a short sleeve and long sleeve, maybe a light jacket, maybe an umbrella. Number 6 is slip-on shoes, and I've actually got my slip-on shoes that I carried, that I wore to the airport. I'm actually wearing these today, but they don't have any laces, so you're not having to be pressured for time tying them and untying them. They just slip on and off. You can also wear things like Nike slip-on slippers, sandals. You don't want to wear high heels to the airport. Now, I know fashion, you want to look cute, but you really want shoes you can take on and off very quickly and that are comfortable, because you may be running through the airport. You may be running to your gate to catch your plane. You want to have it planned out well to where you're not doing that, but the unexpected does happen. Like right now, it just started raining, so you may have a heavy rain, a plane may be delayed. Number 7 is to make sure you take a first aid kit. Amazon has got some, Walmart has some small ones. Just basic things like Tylenol, especially anti-diarrheal, because you may have heard of traveler's diarrhea. It can affect your digestive system. Have maybe a few Band-Aids, just a basic first aid kit, just to be prepared. Number 8 is to take lots of pics and have fun. You want to also have a backup to your phone or your camera. You want to make sure you've got your chargers with you, and you may have to buy an adapter or something like that for the plugs that are over in Ireland or wherever you're going. They are different voltages, and so you may have to buy something on Amazon. I did do that. I bought one to make sure that when I was plugging in our phones and everything, it was not going to be the wrong voltage or currency or whatever that's called over there. So you can get those on Amazon also. But when you come home and you are transferring your pictures from your phone or camera onto your computer, make sure you have backed them up, you have saved them before you actually delete them off your phone. Our daughter Leah got so upset because she was fascinated by the street musicians over in Ireland, all the beautiful Irish jigs and violins and saxophones and harps. And then she tried to transfer it to her computer. She didn't back it up, and she accidentally deleted them all. She was so upset. So always back up. And that's a good note for speakers and writers too. Number 9 is I use the Waze app on my iPhone to get us around for GPS. I highly recommend it. We didn't get lost at all using Waze. It's W-A-Z-E. Now, some people use other types of apps to get around, other types of GPS, but I found Waze to be very reliable. We didn't get lost, and it gives you the options of the main highways or the tiny roads or the medium-sized highways. So it will give you all the information you need. I highly recommend downloading that on your phone before you go over there. Number 10 is to plan out your itinerary ahead of time. Now, I was able to book the B&Bs through the people that I have bought the package from, but you want to make sure that you've planned out your itinerary. Of course, be flexible, go with God, go with the Spirit of God, be led by Him. You want to make sure to leave room in your schedule, not to schedule it so tightly that you're not having any fun. You want to be spontaneous, but kind of have a general idea of where you're going to be that day, how long it's going to take you to get there, watching the weather, and then make room also in your schedule for fun things. Number 11 is don't just go to the touristy spots, explore the country. One place we went was Ladies View, which was the top of the mountains in the national forest. We stopped for chocolate and coffee and scones, and we sat a while. And we just looked at the beautiful mountains, and we looked in the stores. We also looked in souvenir shops. We made room in our budget to buy souvenirs before we came home, and I would encourage you to do that. Save some money for souvenirs to take to your loved ones. Also, keep in mind not to buy bulky items or very breakable, fragile things. And when you come back, you do have to report what you bought. There's something called a VAT form and some other forms you're going to have to fill out before you bring the items back. But make sure you're going to have room in your luggage for your souvenirs. Don't buy huge stuff. Number 12 is to enjoy the culture, the food over there. The ice cream in Ireland is amazing. They put these little pieces of fudge in it, and I just can't even describe how good it is. I had several ice cream cones over there, and that was one of our best memories, eating ice cream cones. Have a glass of wine, or if you're a beer drinker, Ireland is very famous for the Guinness beer and other types of beer. Or if that's not your thing, try their teas. They love teas and cookies, or teas and scones in the middle of the afternoon. That was a habit that Leah and I developed over there, and it was just really fun, taking a pause during the day to have tea and cookies or a piece of chocolate. Yes, their chocolate over there is wonderful too. And try some of their foods. They eat a lot of potatoes over there. They have a lot of soups, and they have the full Irish breakfast. It was amazing. So be sure you try the culture's food. Also remember to be very careful driving over there. Now, I had to learn to drive on the left side of the road in the right front passenger seat. It took some adjustment, but I actually did better than I thought I would. I made sure I had my driving insurance information, and then I took out the maximum insurance when I rented the car over there. But I did adjust, and it was actually quite fun. But just be careful, because I almost got into an accident with the semi over there. God protected our lives. We could have been easily killed over there, because it came and I didn't even see it coming. So be extra careful driving in a foreign country. And one thing is, don't argue politics or religion or talk about America and its politics a lot when you're over in a foreign country. Just be open to the people and be a good ambassador and representative of America or wherever you're from. And just enjoy meeting new people, doing new things, seeing the beauty of the land. Ireland is indescribably gorgeous. The cliffs of Moher, the Tort waterfall, it was amazing. And I give Jesus Christ all the praise and all the glory. I hope Leah and I can go back so she can